Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick tutorial about a project I'm working on. It's a mini tiki bar for the next to the camper. It's kind of like my other one, but this is just miniaturized using the Eileen Hull Sizzix Matchbox. I think it's called Scoreboard, the candy drawer. Scoreboard's extra large. So let's go ahead and I cut it out of some chipboard. And what I'm using along with this is I'm using the Tropical Travelogue, the Graphic 45 paper. And I've already cut my pattern paper out. So what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and line the box pages. Let's see. Because what we want to do is, yeah. Okay, so let's move the slider to the side, and then that's the box bottom. So we're going to use this part right here. And all I'm going to do is I want to line the inside before I close it up, okay? So I'd cut out, this is going to go cut those out for the outside of the box. And I also have these cut out for the inside of the box. So I thought I'd line this on the inside. I think, are they, oh no, these are my, yeah. Oh, no. 2 and 2. And yeah, I want to do these on the inside. Do the inside of the box using this pattern. So all I basically did was just measured it. Actually, you don't have to line that part. You have to line this one. All I did was measure it, and then I cut my paper to the same size between the score lines, okay? So let's quickly just glue this down, and all I'm using is some Scotch quick dry adhesive. I'm gonna run that around the edge. Oh, I thought I was gonna run it around the edge. How do you like that? Let's do that right now. There we go. And then I'm going to just stick this down on the chipboard. So this is just going to be a smaller version of my large version, and it's so cute and it's so easy using a scoreboard. Make sure you bring the glue all the way out to the edge because your box is going to be sliding in and out. Just love this paper line. Okay, so that, oops, so that goes on that one. more. Then what I want to do is I'm going to take my distressing tool and some black ink. And I'm going to use the black soot if I can find it. Black soot. And I just want to go around the edge. And it's easier to do this while it's open. Okay, now I'm going to just try to get it in that edge in there. All right, so you get that inked. And then all I'm going to do now is fold it up. And I'm going to use some score tape because I want this to hold really well. So I covered the line, I did the lining. I'm going to grab some score tape and I'm just going to score tape this down. Press it. No, it's not wanting to come off. There we go. So you can just use any double adhesive. You could use glue if you want to. It just depends on what you're going to be doing with this. Because I'm putting a little mini album in it, I want it to be pretty secure. So I'm just going to line that up and I'm just going to press that down. So that's the, oops. Okay, so that's the outside. Then I'm just going to take some adhesive, and I want it to look like, I love this paper because it kind of looks like the raffia on the outside of a tiki bar. So I just want to go around and I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm just going to adhere this to the outside of our box. Okay, there's that one. Let's do the back. Get the edge really good. Make sure this sticks super good. Okay, so I got that. And then you want to do the bottom. Now you're not going to have to do the top because we're putting a bar top on it that's going to hang over. So you just need to put one on the bottom. Okay, so we got that there. And that's going to be the bottom of the tiki bar. And then what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and make the inside of the box, and I pre-cut for the inside all the little pieces, and again I'm just going to go around and stick those down. because it's easier to do it before you fold it up, because I want to ink it. So I'm going to put the black floral print on the inside. This die is so versatile. I just love it. And you can whip these together in no time. Okay, so I've got that glued on. Now I'm going to do is take some of the Black Soot Distressing ink, and I'm going to go around and ink my edges while it's open. It's just a lot easier that way. And I'm going to get I'm going to also do the outside of the box. Alright, so now let's go ahead, and I'm going to use score tape again, and I'm going to adhere that together. So you just take a strip of that score tape, I had a little cutting mat, seemed to have gotten away from me. Excuse me, I'm just cutting the score tape at that angle so it's not hanging off. And make sure I get that on there really good. Just going to pull the backing off. I'm just going to fold it and stick it. Alright, so now I have that. Then I'm going to fold these down, and I want to use, again, I'm going to use the score tape only because I'm going to put a mini in it and I want it really secure instead of, but you can use glue if you desire. But mine's going to get a little more action than, because it's going to have a little mini for my for zinc pictures. Okay, so got those on there like that. Right, and then this has a base, so I again am just going to run, now this is optional because it already has some score tape on the edge, but I'm going to get it, make sure it sticks really well. Right. Sure that that's put down pretty good, and I'm just going to go around and remove the backing. From all four sides. We're going to put the back on. So I like to start at one side. Get that stuck down really good and lined up. And then it just kind of falls down all over the other ones. And press, and that's good and sturdy. Okay. Then you're going to take the lining piece and put that on the inside. I think I might need to trim it down just a tad. And I'm also going to put one on the outside. So let me glue that down really fast. We'll have it, and I'll trim the other one down. So, Oop. Slid. Oop. Okay. So I got that on there. Then I'm going to go around and I'm going to cover the outsides. Because I wanted to match, I'm going to do two sides. I'm going to do these in this pattern because I want the sides to match the outside of the Tiki Bar, right? Because you're going to see the Tiki Bar from all four sides. So you want these two to match. The other two you can put on there whatever you want, but I'm just going to, this part doesn't matter because it gets hidden. Let me go ahead and do two more. And glue those down there. Okay, so there I got it covered, and I just have to do the inside of the box. Oops, this goes to this. And I need to trim down the inside real quick, just a little bit. I think just a hair off that end. And that should fit in there. Just a hair off that side. Okay, then that'll work. And I'm going to go ahead and line the inside. So pretty. Okay, so got that all lined up there. So you find your box on the inside and the outside. And now what I want to do is, I'm trying to take pictures because I want to do a tutorial. So excuse the camera flash in the middle of the video. Oops. Check to make sure that slides in there nice. Yep. All right. So that's your box. Now we're going to do the top part. And that is going to be the bar top. Okay. So I'm going to grab the pieces to do the bar top. And again, I'm using the Graphic 45 Tropical Travelogue. Oops. Tropical Travelogue. Okay. So what you needed for this is you need one piece of chipboard for the bar top. And all the measurements will be on the tutorial on our blog, scrappycampersisters.com. Well, you can go to scrappycampersisters.com and that'll lead you to our blog and you'll be able to get the tutorials there. So, and this will be the Tiki Bar Mini with the Sizzix scoreboard. I guess I'll call it that because we use the Eileen Hull Sizzix. I use the Eileen Hull Sizzix scoreboard with that. So you want to cut it so it has a little bit of an overhang. All right. And then we are going to punch holes in the top for the poles to go in. So the poles are actually, this was a paper straw, and I cut it down to two pieces that are 3 inches long. Okay, and then you take lightweight chipboard, and you're gonna slide this in, and these are gonna become what stabilizes the pole to the base of the top. All right, but what I want to do first is I'm going to you don't want to adhere this yet because we want to put holes in it. So we just want to come in and we're going to mark this center. There's the center, and then I'm going to. You want to bring it back about 1/2 inch from, or yeah, about maybe 3/4 inch, and then you're going to come in 1/4 inch, and that's where we're going to punch the hole. So 3/8 inch in and about 3/4 inch. So 3/8 inch in, we're going to put the holes in. So you're going to take that, and then this is going to become your template. I'm going to take my Crop-A-Dile and I'm going to use it on the 3/16 inch. And I'm going to take this piece of chipboard and I'm going to line it up with that hole, and I'm going to punch it. And I'm going to punch it. All right, so you got your 2 punched holes. Then what you're going to do is you want to line it up on the cover with the paper, and you're going to punch holes in that on the top. You don't have to do the bottom one. All right, so that becomes the top, but you're going to put this down now. And then you want to also use this because this is going to be on, it's going to line up with the back of the bar. So you want to center those holes again. Center up the chipboard because this is going to be the roof. So you want to center it. Wait, not on that one. I'm sorry. Go back. You're going to center it on the cover of the bottom of the roof. And we're just going to take a pen. Well, we don't have to mark it. We can just punch it. And I'm just going to punch it. Right? Yeah. Punch it. And punch it. Okay, now set that aside because that's going to be part of the roof. But right now we're working on the bar top. So that's part of the roof. So now what you want to do is, now you have your pieces cut. You can go ahead and take your straw, and for this I like to use hot glue. I think I've tried everything and I really think that the hot glue is the way to go. I've got to wait for this to heat up a little bit. So while we're waiting for that to heat up, to put those on, we're going to go ahead and set that aside. We can go ahead and work on the top part. Set this aside for a minute. And the top part, I'm going to need the scoreboard out, and on 3 sides I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to score at let me see, it needed to be I'm going to score at the 1/2 inch mark. So 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. Okay. And I know this is really hard to see it, but you're only going to do it on 3 sides. And again, you're going to do 1/2 inch. And I want to make sure that that matches that. Yep. Okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, and I know it's really hard to see, but you're going to cut on this score line. I don't know if you can see that black line. And you're going to cut only on that one side, on each side, on that one line. Okay? So on this, on the long score line up to the short score line, we're going to cut that. Make 2 cuts. And I'm just going to use scissors. So you got that. And you have that. Alright? Then what you're going to do is you're going to come around and you're going to fold and fold. And then we're going to angle the front. Alright? So you're not going to fold it like a box, but you're only going to fold it, you're going to angle it like that. Alright? So we're just going to put a little adhesive there so it's angled, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. Put a little adhesive there, and you're going to hold it. Got that? Like that. Okay, so that's going to, this might need to come out a little bit more like the other one. Yep. It's going to give you the roof line. Then what you can do is, using the Tim Holt Sizzix die cut, his fringe die cut, I went ahead and I cut some out. And what you're going to do, and you can trim these up later, is you're going to kind of wrap it around, and wrap it around. And it's definitely going to need a haircut, but that's okay. So you can start this way, and we're going to just line them up like that and glue them across. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a couple of them, and it depends on how full you want it. And you also are going to you're going to go one to the right and one to the left. So you're going to kind of alternate them, and it just makes your fringe fuller. But then you're going to have to come in and give it a little haircut, because this is a small little guy. Let's do another one. And one more. Okay, so we got that. All right, so now what you want to do is we're going to take these and we're just going to run some adhesive so see how I went over to the right a little bit across that, and you want to start toward the front and you're going to work your way back. And now I'm going to alternate it, and I'm going to do a little bit to the left side, and then the sides are going to get covered, so don't be too concerned with that, but we're just going to stack these on here. All right. Take another one. And then you stack it to the, now we're going to stack on the left, shift it over a little bit to the left, and you put another one down, and I think we'll do one more. And then we'll do some on the side. Okay, so you got that. So now what you want to do is, top ones are okay, but I want to kind of trim them up a little bit because you're going to fluff them. They're going to get fluffed. Like, you know how like the wind, the balmy breeze of the island has hit the Tiki Bar. And you want to take these and kind of curve them down. These around, and I think then what I want to do is I'm going to do another edge, but I'm going to trim these. So I'm going to go in and just hit them at an angle. Just give them a little haircut. Right? And then I'm just going to go back the other way. I want one last, and I'm just going to trim this out just a little bit so it stays attached. Then I'm going to go in here and glue this over this edge right here. So there's that. Then I'm going to come in on the side and I'm going to do the same thing. Right? These are definitely going to need to get trimmed. Trim those. And I'm just going to glue this. I'm going to take this down a little bit. I want to crinkle these up, and we'll go ahead and do another one on the other side. To trim that down, and I'm just gonna oops, put this on this side, and I'm gonna wrinkle that up. Okay, so looking a little more like a Tiki Bar. right? And you just kind of have to play with the fringe just to get it where you want it to look, how you want it to look. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to take it down like this, folding it back on itself, and then I'm going to glue that down because I want some of those points on the side, like that, those long points. Just gonna kind of bend them a little bit, rough it up, and I'm gonna do it again. So you got the picture. Need to do a little more on the one side. Fold that back on itself. Glue this down. All right, let's trim it a little bit. And we'll go in one more time. Fold it back on itself. Shorten it because you want them to stay connected. That's why you have to fold it back on itself. Stick it under there. And scrunch them up. Let the balmy breeze blow in the wind. Your Tiki Bar. Okay. So that's the little messy top. We got that part. Okay, so now my glue gun's done. I want to snag a picture for the tutorial real quick. Excuse the flash. The flash goes off. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take these, two of these, they're in 3/8 of an inch. We use or 3/16 of an inch, I'm sorry. And you're going to create two little flap overs. So you've got 1 and 2, and that's going to go on the roof. And then 1 and 2 is going to get, these are going to get threaded through, that goes on the roof. This is the bar top. These are going to get threaded through this hole. And then bent over and glued down. But what I want to do first is I'm going to stick a little bit of I'm going to stick a little bit of hot glue down. And put it at the base of that. Okay, so this is just a low temp glue, and you want to work kind of quickly because you want to just get it stuck up underneath the straw like that, and then you're going to put the straw down, oops, and hold it in place. Some of it just came out. Kind of gooped out a little bit. So you got that down. And then once that sets up, you're going to open up these little flaps. And we're just going to glue them to the underside, right? Like that. Oh wait, I'm sorry, back up. We're going to put the flap, we have to do the other one. We're going to put the flaps through the base. So that holds that like that. Let's do the other one. Same way. You're going to take these two things, little pieces of chipboard, and you're going to thread them through the straw so that you have some okay. So some of this comes out like that. Right? All right. Then we're going to thread this through. Got it in there. You see that? And then it comes through the other side. But first, what we want to do is run a little bead of glue up and around the base of the straw. May have been much there. And you just want to press the straw down into the paper till it holds. And then once that holds, it's pretty secure. Okay, and then you're going to take, now we're going to take this part, and what you're going to do is, let's glue it down. And you're going to thread those through the chipboard. Okay, so I'm threading it through the wings, through the chipboard. To the underside of the bar top. So, all right, got that glued down. And that is set. And then you're going to take the wings and you're going to open them up. And I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue down. I'm going to do one of these one at a time. Open up the wings, press them down. You're going to do it over on the other side. Open up the wings and press them down. This is why I use a low temp glue gun, because you get it on your hands. All right. So now we got that bar. All right. So we got tabs. These again are going to go through the top. Cut that one a little bit. All right. So we're going to glue this down because you want the underside of the bar. You're going to be able to see it when you pick it up. So you want the underside of the bar top to be covered. So we're just going to go around and glue that down. And now I'm going to take some score tape. So this is what we have so far. Looks like this. And I'm going to take some score tape and I'm going to put it on the bar top. And I'm going to run it all the way around because I don't want the bar top falling off. So I'm going to really give this a good stick down, if that's a word. With some score tape. And I'm just going to go ahead and make sure that's stuck down really well. And I will pull off the backing. Pull off the backing. And I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to put the roof top onto the poles and then we're going to put the whole thing down. All right, so now we're going to do the same thing. You're going to take this and we're not going to use chipboard. We're just using paper because you don't need the chipboard for the top. It makes it too heavy. And we're just going to go ahead and put these through. Thread those through the hole. Okay. Thread them through the hole. And this is the lining of the roof. And I did it backwards, so that's good. That's good. Make sure you get it on there the right way. There we go. All right. So this is going to be the roof. And then I'm going to use hot glue again, but then I'll go ahead and use quick dry to put the roof on. Oop. Okay. Need any of this. So now I'm going to hot glue, or low temp glue, whatever you want to call it, the flaps down, and you want to press it down really good, so that's really strong. And then we're going to do the same thing on this side. You want to open up the flaps and you want to glue them down really well. Hold those down there, so you've now glued the flaps down. And then we're going to take the glue, or actually I think I'm going to use score tape, and I'm going to go around because I want to make sure that this is really stuck to the top. Again, if you're going to use this as a candy favor box, which I'm going to do, make one, like use it for a candy favor box. If you're going to do that, then I would suggest you could just do them with the quick dry adhesive. It's nothing that's going to, they're not going to leave it hanging around. But right now I'm putting a mini in mine. Little mini album for some Instax for vacation. Okay. So there we got that. Now we're just going to go ahead and peel the backing off. You could even hot glue if you wanted to, but I think the hot glue at that point is going to be a little bumpy, so I like the score tape. Once I get the backing to peel nice. Okay. And one more. All right, now you're going to take that and just going to make sure you put it to the front, you face it front. Okay, I'm just going to put that on there like that and adhere it down. So that's the top. Right? And then we're just going to now take this and you're going to line it up with the back and the sides. And you're just going to press it down onto that box, and you have your little Tiki Bar. And then you can fill it with candy. Oop, I put it backward. You fill it with candy, or you can do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to put a little mini book in there. So look how cute that is. Could you see these at a pool party? It'd be so cute for decoration. Okay, so what I did was, this is my mini that's just going to go inside, right inside of there. And what I did was I took a strip of paper, and my strip of paper I just scored 5 times actually. And what I did was this is 12 inches, and it's 12 inches by 2 1/4. And I just went along and I scored it every 2 1/4. All right, so I scored and then I folded on the score lines. Then you're going to have this little bit left over. So what you want to do is you're going to score again, and then you're going to score 1/8 away, and that's going to give you, like, it's going to look like a little mini, like a matchbox, but it's actually accordion out. Okay. So that's kind of your flap that holds your accordion. And then what I did was I took a piece of chipboard out of the chipboard tags, the Tropical Travelogue Tags 2, and I took out the one with the flamingos on it, of course, because it's a Tiki Bar. And I'm going to put that as on the cover. And then I cut some of the patterns out of the paper, and I'm going to put some of those down. So I kind of randomly went through some of the paper, cut out some squares. So let's see, I'm going to put one of these down as my cover. I really like the hibiscus. So I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to go ahead and this down. cover, so I want to make sure it's going the right way. And you're just gonna mat, and I'm not gonna mat every page. I'll mat like maybe every other, right? And then I'll leave room, like I could put a photo there. So I'm just putting, so I'm just kind of going around and matting. Got that? That. Let me do one on the back. And that's it. You have space to do that. You could take some more tags. Let's see, I have some stickers, and I'm going to probably, let's see, I could take some of these stickers out. Let's do like explore. All right. I don't want to cover the flower. Let's see. Maybe I'll do it down here. Explore. And can put this on the back. Let's see. Relaxation. Put that on the back. So you can have fun and just stick stickers down on it. I think I'm going to put the tropical travel log like maybe here. And then what I did was I took a piece of one of their chipboard tags, and I just want to go around and hit it with some ink. And I dyed some of the seam binding ribbon, and I did it like a tag, you threaded the end through, and then I'm taking this and I'm just folding it over, and I wrapped it around and put both ends, or one end, I'm sorry, through the hole. Okay. And then I'm just going to go ahead and tie it off. Oops, you want them both to go back behind, because that's what's going to hold it shut. And you just want to tie it off. And then you can put it inside inside the box. And let's see, you could throw a couple little treats in there with it. And what a cute little party favor. Tucked in there. Oops. Oh, maybe I'm doing it the wrong way. You have to make sure, because one side's shorter than the other. There we go. So that's it. How cute is that for some, like a pool party or a children's party, or a honeymoon, a party for like some newlyweds or something like that. I mean, poolside get-togethers. It's just such a cute little party favor gift. So this is Jonna with Scrappy Camper Sisters, and I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial on the Tiki Bar Mini, and I will be back with another recording. You can find us at scrappycampersisters.com, We're also on Facebook, Scrappy Camper Sisters. We are on Twitter as Scrappy Campers. We are on our Ustream channel, which you found us here, is ustream.tv channel Scrappy Camper Sisters. We're Scrappy Camper Sisters everywhere. We have scrappycampersisters.blogspot.com for our blog, which is where you'll find detailed photos and the tutorial for this little mini. So I highly recommend the Eileen Hull Sizzix candy box. Everybody go out and get one. The scoreboard extra long. Camp on!